In today's class, we are going to discuss about the ecosystem, the definition of ecosystem, and the different biotic components, that is the living components of the ecosystem. What is an ecosystem? So the term ecosystem is actually derived from the Greek word oikos, which means a dwelling place or a inhabitant place. So ecosystem, it is a place or it is a living place of organisms that can be living, and obviously the living organisms contain the animals, the plants, and also the microbes, and also the non-living organisms of that part, that is the water, the air, the soil, etc. So all of these components of a place, of a particular place, the living component and the non-living component, when they are interacting with each other and they are living in a particular delimited space, that is known as an ecosystem. So the ecosystem is made up of all living things, which encompasses plants, animals and bacteria, and also the non-living things that are parallelly coexisting like sun, soil, air, water, rocks, etc. Now, if we are coming to the biotic or the living components of the ecosystem, the first one that we have are the green plants or the producers or the autotrophs. They have a lot of terms and lot of names because of some reason. So suppose we are looking at a forest ecosystem, and the major population or the majority of population of forest ecosystem is actually made up of dense trees. Now trees are of different types. Those can be the long and woody trees. Then there might be some herbs, shrubs, grass, bushes, etc. Now all the trees are actually called producers because they are green in color because of the presence of chlorophyll, and by the help of chlorophyll they can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. And since they can prepare their own food, they are also called as autotrophs. So producers or autotrophs are the first representatives of a forest ecosystem. Now the pictures that are shown in this slide are some of the organisms that are feeding on the producers. The cows, the insects, the rabbit, the deer, all of them, the main diet of these animals are the green plants or the producers. So the animals or the organism of a forest ecosystem which feed on the producers are called the consumers. So these are all the pictures of consumers because they feed on the producers and they gain their energy from the producers. The consumers can be of different types. The first type is called the herbivore or the primary consumer. These are the consumers that are plant-eating animals or insects. So they all eat the plant, like different parts of the plant, that might be nectar, pollen, leaves, fruits, roots, stems, or any plant directly. So they are called the primary consumers since they are directly eating the producers or the green plants and obtaining their energy from the producers. These are the pictures of carnivores or the secondary consumer. So secondary consumers are the types of consumers that are not directly eating the producer or the green plant, but in turn they are feeding on the herbivores or the primary consumers. So carnivores or the secondary consumers are the animals or birds that eat the herbivores or the primary consumers. That is, they feed on the flesh of other animals who are herbivores. So they are called the secondary consumers. Now in some ecosystem, there might be some animals who in turn feed on the secondary consumers, like this ecosystem that is present here, where the producer is the grass and grasshopper, which is the primary consumer or the herbivore, is actually feeding on the grass. Now the frog is the secondary consumer, which is feeding on the primary consumer, that is the grasshopper. But here one more consumer or one more type of consumer is also present, which is the python. And python is called the tertiary consumer because it is feeding on the secondary consumer, which is the frog. We all know about a pyramid. A pyramid looks like the shape that is presented in the screen. Now all these animals that we have known about, that is the producer, primary consumer, secondary consumer and tertiary consumer, we can arrange them at different levels of the pyramid. And this pyramid is called a food pyramid, and all the single levels or the individual levels are called the trophic levels. And trophic levels are nothing but the energy levels. So at the base level, there are the producers. Producers are the green plants that are trapping the solar energy from the sun, and by the process of photosynthesis, they are preparing the food, and the solar energy is trapped inside that food. Now at the second trophic level, there are the primary consumers who are eating the producers directly, and they are obtaining the energy from the producer. Then at the third level, there are the secondary consumers. Secondary consumers are the organisms that are not directly eating the producer, but they are eating the primary consumers who have already fed on the producer, and they are obtaining their energy from the primary consumers. Then at the topmost level, at the topmost trophic level of the food pyramid, there are the tertiary consumers, and tertiary consumers are the consumers that are obtaining their energy by feeding on the secondary consumer. After studying the producers and the consumers, we are coming up with one more term, which is called the heterotroph. So the organisms in an ecosystem who are capable of making their own food are called the autotrophs. Auto means self and troph means food or nutrition. Now only the producers or the green plants are able to do that. They can able to trap the sunlight, and with the help of carbon dioxide and oxygen and water and nutrient from the soil, they are preparing food and oxygen. So they are called the autotrophs. Apart from the green plants, all of the organisms, the primary consumer, secondary and tertiary consumers and all other organisms, they cannot prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis, and they depend on the green plant directly or indirectly for energy and nutrition. So they are called heterotrophs. Hetero means other and troph means nutrition. So the heterotrophs are the organisms that depend on other organisms for their nutrition and energy requirement. Apart from the producer and the primary, secondary and tertiary consumers, there are the three different types of organisms present in the ecosystem, and they are indeed a very important part of the ecosystem. The first one is called the scavenger. So scavengers are the group of animals that feed on the dead animals and the plant materials. So first example is a vulture. Vulture is a scavenger which feeds on the dead animals. Vulture, kites, crows, some insects which feed on the dead plant materials, all of these are called the scavengers. Now the next one is the detrivore. What are the detrivore? Detrivores are the group of organisms that feed on the dead animals and plant materials, but they feed on the part which is left behind by the scavenger. So a dead animal will first be eaten by a scavenger, and after the scavengers have left, whatever part is left of that dead animal will be eaten by the detrivores. So they consume the remains left by the scavengers. Examples of detrivores are earthworms. The first picture is of earthworm, then the second picture is of millipede, slug, etc. And they actually help in the process of decomposition. And what is decomposition? Decomposition is that by feeding on the remains left by the scavenger, they break down the complex substances present in organic matter into simpler substances that can be absorbed by the soil and can be reused. And again, the third one is called the decomposers. Decomposers are also very similar to function in detrivores. They obtain their nutrition by absorbing nutrients that result from the breaking down of dead organic matter. So after the detrivores have consumed the remains left by the scavengers, there comes the detrivores, and they obtain their nutrition by absorbing the dead organic matter. Examples are bacteria, mushrooms, bread molds, etc.